I've actually been very interested in climate action and sustainability for a while. I took an interest maybe starting around the 5th class, but I take classes in it for like my junior short course.
I just think that how the world is going so far, it's horrible, and I kind of want to save the world, and if it means just picking up rubbish on the street or recycling clothes or composting, then yeah, I'll definitely do it.
I'm naturally a very, very curious person, and I've mentioned it before. I love to find out how things work, and if it's something that I can take out of an experience and learn from, it's definitely something I'd like to do.
I think that it's important for future generations to breathe good air and not breathe CO2.
My name is Evelyn Fitzpatrick, and I am also one of the education officers here at the Rediscovery Centre. My role is basically to run workshops for primary and secondary school students. I do a little bit of the third level and the CPD as well. And I'm also involved in developing some of the workshops as well.
You're all so welcome here to the Rediscovery Centre. Today we're going to be doing a workshop all about sustainable fashion. So we're going to be covering quite a huge topic in the next hour and a half.
The whole idea is that you bring in something that's wearable. We don't want something that's smelly or rotten or broken. Put it on a rail and let people just come in and swap clothes with it. It's something very simple.
They were a great group. They were very interesting. It was great to have the little discussions about what they knew and how they perceived things were. And they knew quite a lot. They had quite a lot of knowledge. And then the end was kind of getting into the actions and the things that they can take and do. So we gave them their kind of design challenge in the end, and it was brilliant to see the different ideas they came up with, and kind of each one kind of leaned on the next, and they were able to incorporate different things and bring in composting and rainwater collection and like stuff we didn't mention during the workshop. So there's lovely things in there, and to see them thinking about the full life cycle of things, of like where those materials come from in the beginning and then where they end up in the end. So yeah, it was really nice to see all that different things coming from them.
It gives me hope all the people that come in every day that are making massive changes and going out of their way to consider the environment in the choices they make. So whether it's an elderly couple that come in and refill their little jar of seeds and their kind of couple 100 grams of oats every few days, and they're trying to cook from scratch and they feel that responsibility to their grandchildren, they're actually doing it. I think the people that are doing things, so I think that gives you hope. I think the young people and the older people give you hope because they really care, and I think they're starting to realise that what they do matters. I think we've been told for so long that like we're just like little kind of minions and what we do doesn't really matter on a larger scale, but it really does.
Hi.
Hi.
I spend all my money on my dogs.
Okay, well, pets are a massive environmental impact. Like the things we buy for our pets, like even the pet food has a huge impact.
And have we decided yet whether or not you're going to appear in it?
I don't know, I feel like it really depends on the video. Because
you can try a few different ways.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like if we have a video where like dog or like cat doing tricks, like we could like be like in the video, like
yeah, but like you're not like, you don't even facing it, or even like, I don't know, like.
So you're not directly speaking
yeah,
to
but
the
like,
camera.
no, we're never. I don't think we're ever going to be speaking directly to the camera.
Hi, it's Lizzie. Just for first shots for the lifestyle group, I'm going to be trying getting cool outdoor shots of my cat. Let's see how that goes.
Good? Hit record.
I did.
Okay. Coco lauk. Lauk. Ik had het. Lauk.
Things to consider in your cats and dogs' daily diet that will give them a longer and healthier life. Consider feeding your cat or dog a raw diet. A raw diet is the biologically correct way to feed your cat or dog. Hundreds of years ago, that is what they would have eaten on a daily basis. You may be thinking that the cost would be high and you may not be able to afford this, but you may be wrong. In most cases, feeding a raw food diet can be cheaper than a good commercial pet food. Not only can the food be cheaper, but also in the long run, since studies show that cats and dogs eating a raw diet have way less health problems. Feeding a raw diet can provide essential nutrients, enzymes, and proteins that could be lost in processed foods, promoting better health and more energy. This is also more sustainable due to not needing the processing of commercial dog and cat food, and it doesn't need as much wasteful packaging. Making this easy switch could earn your cat or dog a few extra years of life, and why would a pet parent not want to enjoy their animal for a few extra years?
I think the big thing is, sustainable secondhand fashion is cool, it's exciting, and it's trying to explain that in a way that's not preachy. People want to be inspired, they don't want to be preached to. And I think that's the challenge. It's getting people excited about, how can I make this dress? How can I do that? How can I make something that was okay, amazing?
Hi guys. Hello. The rain jackets are made from recycled water bottles. But the reality is those bottles can continuously be made into plastic water bottles. I mean, obviously we should be using, our own water bottles and not having to buy bottled water, but those bottles can still be made into a plastic bottle after it's been a plastic bottle. Whereas once it's made into a rain jacket, no, that's a good one. No,
No, you said water, so she wants some water.
Yeah, no. That's. But you've got your own water. You're not using like a plastic, like single-use bottle. So that's great. So, and that's what we should be doing, But again, once they make into a recycled rain jacket out of the water bottles, it's harder to recycle that rain jacket because then you have mixed fibers, and sometimes it's a lot harder to do mixed fibers.
It's a serious topic, but if it's not like it's not like sad music in the background, like stuff like that. If it's just humor, like if you're being happy and and kind of telling people, making stuff relatable and things like that.
Brilliant point. Yeah, so you can have topics that are heavy, but you can deliver your message lightly.
Yeah.
That's really, really good.
Especially since our audience is our age. It's like if you look up on a video and you're like, there's this person just sitting there and talking, you're gonna scroll. You're gonna scroll. You're gonna scroll. So we have to put it in a sense where we're not talking, but we're still giving in information. But we're just not giving in.
Yeah, that's why I was talking about trends, because you're seeing all these TikToks now of people promote their companies and they're my Gen Z student wrote a script or something. This we're displaying. Wait, that's upside down.
I'm just gonna cut out like a square of it first.
Make a Halloween pumpkin costume with a sustainable fashion group. This is everything.
meeting Al Gore when I was in Los Angeles, and just got to work with him, indirectly, wasn't a plan. And I studied as a climate reality leader, and I went to Iowa with him, and I just was fascinated by him. You couldn't not be when you hear his speech. And to be honest, I was quite oblivious to what was going on in the world. I didn't understand how climate would affect me or, any of us, to be honest. And I think that's how a lot of people feel when they see the news. So it really brought in a practical sense of how we can all be our own kind of climate leaders or sustainable leaders in the world. And now as a designer, which I have my own company, I try to bring that in, whether it was through my candle. My book is a way of, showing people how to DIY their own home. So that's sustainable in itself, to use what you already have.
Hi. How are you all doing?
Good, thank you.
Thank you for having me in your school. So tell me your names.
Monica.
Monica? Drew?
Keenan.
Lovely to meet you all. I'm Natasha. So I'm an interior architect and I have gifts for all of you. So here we go. Ladies first.
Thank you.
Go. So this is my book. So this hopefully will give you a couple of insider tips for the project. So this is a DIY. It's basically how to design and style your home and how to quick tips on styling and staging and things like that. So I think there'll be some kind of insiders for this. So do you have any questions on the project or what we're doing today?
I like the idea with the 80s.
Yeah, that one was a good idea, actually.
Yeah, just like that 80s. So you came up with the idea of you don't use an 80s, so you could show someone using an 80s phone. In my case, I'd have to go to the village phone box.
Yeah.
Put my money in and phone somebody.
Yeah.
Because people like, as soon as they realised there was a cheaper alternative to phones, like a good amount of people just immediately switched away from the old phones.
Yeah.
But people don't do the same with lights.
Yeah, so we decided to come up with that idea because we thought it would really bring a message out to say you would get a new phone for like €1,000, but you wouldn't buy LEDs that will help the environment and the climate. And we were hoping that would really reach people.
Dublin Cuddle, for me it was just one of the most amazing food what I could see. It was simple, it was potato sausage and some sauce, but when you eat it you could feel the love and you understand the quality, because there is a good sausage, there is Irish potato, which I think is the best. Unfortunately nowadays we don't see that because all the Irish potatoes are exported and we're buying potatoes from different countries. How's it going, guys?
Hi.
How's it going? My name is Vish. I'm the head chef from Eto. I'm here today to talk on sustainable food. You see lots of apples during now the season. They are just thrown everywhere. Like, I don't like apple, I don't eat apple. But if you take just with the effort, take the apple, wash it, cut it in half, put it in a jar, and leave it in the shelf, it's gonna ferment. You're gonna get good, if you get good juice out of it. Second thing, if you leave it longer, you make your own apple cider vinegar. So all these things we are around us. We live a little bit to comfort rather than making a little bit of effort of say, right, what can I do with this?
Annie has an apple tree in her back garden, so I could take some of them.
Absolutely, yeah. So that's like, it's just something that you don't have to pay for it. It's there anyway.
it's local, and then you can make something delicious from it.
It's upstairs. Our idea was to make like a video edit on comparing a store-bought apple pie to a locally like homemade seasonal apple pie, and how the ingredients are much different and how the homemade one is more cost efficient and it's more better for your health, has more nutrients, and you can unlock a new hobby.
Hi guys, we're the Sustainable Food Group, and we're going to show you how to make an apple pie with some apples that are about to go bad. In this group, you may notice that I do not belong here, but that's because the members of this group have fallen a bit sick and they couldn't make the show. And I've decided that I'm going to take a replacement and help my friend here, and we're going to make an apple pie with some apples. Yeah? Yay! How do I close this? Guys, be careful because I did ever so slightly burn my hand, but it's okay. So be careful taking it out of the oven.
This is how to make a locally ingredients apple pie. First, for the filling, you need 1 kg of local apples and peel them, and then for the crust, you need 225 grams of butter and 50 grams of golden sugar and 2 egg yolks, and then leave that to sit. And then for the filling, you take your apples and put 140 grams of golden sugar, 2 tablespoons of flour, and a half a tablespoon of cinnamon if you want. And then butter your pan and spread flour on the counter, and then roll it out. And then add your filling. And roll the top of it. And you can add whatever design you want, but we just went for a flat one. And then put it in the oven until it's golden and crispy. And there you go, you've a much better and healthier apple pie made from local ingredients. And enjoy.